In today's episode, we are going to be talking about how gratitude and thankfulness help us to have a good day. God commands us to come to Him with thanksgiving. But what difference does it make in our day? I'm here to tell you it changes everything. Welcome to another episode of Your Hope-Filled Perspective, where it's always our goal to restore hope, renew minds, and empower listeners to live in their God-given identity. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, "Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." So what is the difference between gratitude and thankfulness? We tend often to think of them as synonymous, but gratitude is really an emotion, expressing an appreciation for what one has, as opposed to what one wants. Furthermore, gratitude is a thankful appreciation for what one receives, tangible or intangible, as they acknowledge the goodness in their lives. So in simple language, gratitude is an emotion or feeling of being thankful for every event in your life. By having gratitude in life, you develop a positive attitude towards all odds in life and feel thankfulness for all the people you meet in your lifespan. Remember that gratitude is about appreciating what one has as opposed to what one wants. Whereas being thankful or thanking someone often implies you're acknowledging your thanks for something that someone has given you or done for you. Why is gratitude and thankfulness so important? Today we are really talking about how gratitude and thankfulness help us to have a good day. But first, we really have to step back and examine why gratitude and thankfulness is so important. One reason is because gratitude makes you a happier person. By practicing gratitude in your life, you're counting your blessings every day intentionally. That's the key. We have to be intentional in our gratitude. This habit actually contributes to increased happiness because we focus on what we have instead of what we don't have. Gratitude also builds a positive personality. When you accept life and all of its difficulties, you grow up as a more mature and positive person. I tend to think of it in terms of gratitude lends to greater resiliency. This is the greatest benefit of gratitude as you develop a positive mindset about life after practicing gratitude daily. You're grateful for what you have as opposed to what you have not. Now, other reasons why gratitude and thankfulness are so important is because, believe it or not, it actually contributes to better sleep and more frequent relaxation. By finding just, say, 5 minutes before you turn off the light and go to sleep to think about the good things that happen in a day, you can improve your mental health and your mood drastically. I think you'll notice that you can sleep better after this gratitude exercise right before you go to bed. Another reason why gratitude and thankfulness are so important is because studies have found that it actually increases our productivity. You see, gratitude benefits you to be more focused on the better things, the positive things in life. And after practicing gratitude on a daily basis, you'll be inspired to make better decisions. Gratitude and thankfulness also help us to live a longer and healthier life. Studies have found that the more grateful people tend to have better immune systems. Can you imagine that? Being grateful contributes to improved immune system and better overall health and mental well-being. That's the next point. Gratitude and thankfulness improve your mental health. When we express gratitude, our brain actually produces chemicals that are called neurotransmitters, which make us feel better and will experience greater happiness on the inside. Feeling down or discouraged? Take the time, instead of focusing on the hard, to focus on those things you're grateful for. Now, gratitude and mental health also increase bonding in a relationship. Want a relationship to go better? Consider practicing an increased level of gratitude and thankfulness. You see, gratitude creates a positive connection with others. One of our greatest needs is to feel accepted and appreciated, and gratitude goes a long way toward that. You don't have to say thank you every time someone does something, but a simple note or a few admiring words go a long way to improving a relationship. A couple other ways that gratitude and thankfulness are beneficial is that gratitude leads to a less self-centered and materialistic life. Gratitude benefits you by taking care of others' emotions. You're grateful for what you have, so you're living a more intentional and less materialistic lifestyle because you're focusing on what you already have. By doing daily gratitude exercise or making a gratitude list or a gratitude journal, you're accepting the positive influence of other people in your life. And you'll come to know how we are all connected. And by building more trust with others through appreciating who they are, what they've done, you'll have a more blessed life. Friends, today we're really focusing on how gratitude and thankfulness help us to have a good day. I want to take a real short break, but when we come back, we're going to be talking about why is it good to practice gratitude, how gratitude is a choice, and how do we practice gratitude. We'll be right back in just a minute. Welcome back to your Hope-Filled Perspective, where today we're really talking about how gratitude and thankfulness help us to have a good day. Before the break, we talked about what's the difference between gratitude and thankfulness. Gratitude really being more of an emotion or a mindset. And we talked about why is gratitude and thankfulness so important. But let's really zero in on why is it good to practice gratitude. A grateful person experiences a higher level of positive emotion like love, happiness, and a lower stress level. Don't we all want a lower stress level? When we are intentional about practicing gratitude, our stress level goes down because our brain is dumping out more positive neurotransmitters that improve our mood, reduce our stress, and reduce our anxiety. When we practice gratitude in life, we're creating a happier and less competitive life around ourselves. Therefore, our overall well-being increases. But I have to take the time to really emphasize that gratitude and thankfulness are really a choice. We have to be intentional about practicing gratitude and thankfulness. I remember a time not terribly long ago when we were going through a really difficult trial as a family. My husband was going through treatment for cancer. He wasn't feeling well. And we had some other issues that were going on that were just impacting us as a family unit. And we went away for Thanksgiving, just the four of us. And I remember waking up on Thanksgiving Day. I had kind of been dreading Thanksgiving, if you will, because I was dreading all the happy pictures on social media of the picture perfect families and the Norman Rockwell table decorations. And I woke up that morning kind of with that dread in my spirit. But I decided then that I was going to choose gratitude and thankfulness. My husband had been struggling with nausea and vomiting and fatigue. And while I could let that negatively impact me, I chose to be grateful that it meant that the chemotherapy was killing the cancer. My husband also tends to snore. And that can get frustrating when I'm tired and exhausted and needing my rest. But I remember at that time thinking, no, I'm going to choose to be grateful for the snoring because it means he's here beside me and he's breathing. There were socks and shoes and other teenage apparel on the floor. And normally I like my environment clean and tidy, but I looked at that and I intentionally chose to be grateful because it meant we had clothes to wear. And there were dirty dishes in the sink. And I was kind of dreading getting up and attacking the breakfast dishes. But then I decided to be grateful because it meant we had food to eat. And my boys were kind of wrestling and being kind of loud. And I was tempted to chastise them and ask them to cool it down a bit. But then I realized, no, I could intentionally choose to be grateful because it meant that they were home with me and we were spending the holiday together. And I don't necessarily know how often we will get that to do that in the future. So in each of those examples, what I want you to hear is that I was tempted to be grumpy and to complain and to whine. But God reminded me of the flip side of what all of those things could be viewed as. And I intentionally chose gratitude and thankfulness. And you know the difference it made? It lightened my spirit. It let me approach the day with a smile on my face and to choose thankfulness in an otherwise very difficult circumstance. Philippians 4:11 through 13 says, I'm not saying this because I'm in need, for I have learned to be content, whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it means to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Basically, what that verse is attesting to is the fact that we can choose to complain or we can choose to be grateful and thankful. So in this episode, we're talking about how gratitude and thankfulness contribute to us having a good day. So it begs the question, really, in what ways or how can we express our gratitude and thankfulness? One of the easiest ways is to express gratitude in our speech. Thank you for mowing the lawn. Thank you for the flowers you sent to cheer my day. Thank you for doing your homework without me even having to ask. Another way to express gratitude through our speech is, I appreciate you because you always have such a positive outlook. I appreciate you because you don't stop loving me on the days that I'm at my worst. I appreciate you because you're so intentional in your relationships. Find something that you appreciate in someone and let them know. Another way to express gratitude in our speech is, it meant a lot to me when you did your homework without asking. It meant a lot to me when you called home just because you wanted to hear my voice and let me know how you were. It meant a lot to me when you took the time out of your day to text to see how I am. So you see, there's so many different ways that we can express gratitude through our speech or through a simple text message. It doesn't take much time and it doesn't cost anything. But another way that we can express gratitude is through a gratitude acrostic. Take the person's name that you're thinking about, John or Mike or Sarah, and for the letters of their name, for each letter, write something down that you are grateful for about them that begins with that letter. Someone would love to receive a note that tells them the reasons that you're grateful for them. Another way to express gratitude is a gratitude walk. This is one that I do frequently. Go on a walk in a park or in nature. And along the way, collect small tokens as part of nature that you're grateful for. It might be pine cones, fall leaves, a dandelion growing on the side of the road, another flower. It might be a pretty rock in the shape of a heart. You name it. Nature is filled with things that remind us why we should be grateful or what we are grateful for. You might also choose instead to take a picture of those items. I am forever stopping on my walks to take pictures of things that I'm grateful for. Flowers or animals or puffy clouds on a sunny blue sky day. I'm always taking pictures of things that I'm grateful for. Or if you're really creative, sketch them in a gratitude journal. When you get back home, you might make a display of items or pictures as a reminder of what we have to be grateful for in nature. Now, another way to express gratitude, and maybe this is the one that first comes to people's mind, is to write a thank you note. I know we live in a day and age where it's easy to send a text message or a direct message through social media or an email, but there's something special about receiving a thank you note in the mail. Keep in mind that whoever did something nice for you, whoever gave you a gift, they spent time thinking about you. They might have spent money on you. It only takes a few short minutes to write a thank you note, to thank them for what they did or what they gave you, and a short comment about why it meant something to you. I guarantee it'll cheer somebody's day. And then another way that we can express gratitude is through a gratitude prayer to God, or even a gratitude journal. Right? I would challenge you each day before you go to bed, because we already talked about how a daily practice of gratitude can help us sleep. Each night before you go to bed, write down 3 to 5 new things that you were grateful for in the day. Maybe it was something as simple as your boss didn't get upset when you made a mistake. Maybe it was a text message that you received from a child or a friend. Maybe it was the flowers along the road after several rainy days that just made your mood brighter. But I would challenge you to see if you can't come up with 3 to 5 new things each day, not a repetition of what you jotted down the day before. And I might even go even so far there as to say, pray those and thank God for how he's blessed you, what he's given you, what he's done for you, from the harm he's prevented you from. There is no way that you can exhaust all the things that we have to be grateful for. And then I'd be curious, let me know, what does it do for your mood? Jot me a note, leave me a review on the podcast, and let me know, how did it help shape your day for the better? Friends, I want you to know I'm grateful for you as my listeners. I'm grateful for the feedback you offer. I'm grateful when you subscribe to the podcast so that you don't miss an episode of your Hope-Filled Perspective. I'm grateful for when you write a review and you rate it wherever you listen to podcasts, because I know that the more reviews that the podcast gets, the more people will be exposed to the podcast. And my whole goal is to encourage you, to inspire you, to motivate you, but to offer a biblically based, hope-filled perspective for our situations in life. I've written a new book. Today is going to be a good day. 90 promises from God to start your day off right. And the book really helps us to recognize how when we're standing on God's promises, today can still be a good day, despite our circumstances. But the reason for this podcast series on how to have a good day is because there are other factors that contribute to whether or not we have a good day, such as practicing gratefulness and thankfulness. I hope that you're enjoying this series and that you'll consider picking up a copy of Today is Going to Be a Good Day for you and for someone else. It's a beautiful, giftable book, whether someone's going through a hard time, or maybe they're graduating from college, or you need a new and novel birthday present to offer. That's my hope, is that it will be a book that you will enjoy so much that you will want to gift it to others. Friends, I thank you for being here and listening in on how gratefulness, gratitude, and thankfulness contribute to us having a good day. Until we meet again next week, it's my prayer that you will have a hope-filled, grateful day.